First bit of theory about the chords. We'll look at the GD chord button, which will have a chord of G on the push, so it's G, B and D, and on the pull is the D chord, which is D, F sharp and A. The thirds are the middle ones, and if we had a posh Italian box, they would be on the same reed plate, which would make our life really easy. Unfortunately, we've got a Hohner box, and Hohner in their wisdom pair up the reeds by nearest in pitch. So like I say, in an Italian box, a Castanari, whatever, that's one reed plate, that's one reed plate, that's one reed plate. You want to stop that sounding, you just tape over the hole in the bottom of the reed block. In a Hohner, G, B, D, nearest to G is F sharp, nearest to B is A, and nearest to D, funnily enough, is D. The thirds are still those, but they're on different reed plates, so we can't just block off the bottom of the reed plate. We have to tape off the separate reeds, and we also have to identify which is which. So I'll do more of that when I've got a box in pieces, but that's why it's slightly more complicated on a Hohner box than it is on just about every other box in the world. So here we are with the demo box once more. Got to take the base end off and remove the chord block, which is the one with the most reeds on. So this is the chord block. If you look at the bottom, you can see it's set out in little triangles of the chords. As if by magic, any second a picture will appear showing you which chords are in which positions relative to the clamp end of the block, so where the screw clamp goes. To make my life easier and stop me making mistakes, I've marked up the block with the chords so that I can be sure that I'm getting the right notes. You now need to identify which of the reed tongues we need to isolate. We'll start at the DA end. So in the D chord, which is a push chord, we need to find the F sharp reed. So it's one of these three. It's a push chord, so we need to suck air through the block to find it. Use my standard Peterson tuner. Very gently suck air through the reed to find the F sharp, D, so that's the F sharp tongue there, which we need to isolate. To save me forgetting which one it is, mark it on there. To take the reed off, it's important that you use Scotch magic tape. It's better quality sellotape which doesn't go crispy and horrible and gooey over time. Need to trim it down to a suitable width. and then just apply the tape over the top of the reed, taking care not to trap the valve adjacent to it. Check the valve's still working. So we now need to find the C sharp reed on the pull from the A chord, which requires you to blow through the reed blocks. Blowing gently again. It's fortunate we have found it first go. And it's that reed there. Of course, this reed is on the inside of the reed block, so my preference is to apply the sticky tape underneath the valve and not to stick the valve down, mainly because if you ever want to take it back off again, you will invariably rip the valve off with it. So with another bit of suitably sized tape, blow the valve up out the way, and this is fiddly beyond belief because the tape will want to stick when you don't want it to. Just try and get it as far down there as you can, and again care not to touch the adjacent reed. And there we have done the D and the A chord. Just repeat it all the way down the block. I won't bother you with it. I will do the rest of them, then we'll put it back in the melodeon and see what it sounds like. So there's the finished block. For the C chord, both the reeds are on the same plate. There's G, E minor and D. Spookily, all the push ones are on one side and the pull ones are mostly on the other side. There's one there and one there. And of course the C and C is both on the same side. I'll fit the block back in and show you why this is done. One of the main advantages now is you can play easily in A minor using the A chord and bass and the G chord and bass. You can even use nearly all the bass and chords in that tune and it doesn't sound too horrible. The C chord now, if you want to really get people going, you can just hold it down. You've also got the B minor, B major, B minor chord. I seem to spend some of my life in this shed converting B minors to B majors, B majors to B minors. As it is now, you've got the best of both worlds. Your brain will fill in whether it's meant to be major or minor. And so I think that sums up how to do it, some of the reasons why I've done it to nearly all my boxes, if not all of my boxes now, because I've done this one. Good luck if anyone tries it. It's not hard. Can't go horribly wrong. Or you just got to pull the tape back off again.